How can social media help a brand grow in terms of marketing?
Instagram, Facebook, Google Ads, then Twitter.
Marketing was very different earlier. How have you seen a shift from traditional marketing till the marketing that is happening today?
TV ads, as you people are aware, that it is very costly, and mind you,
Hey everyone, welcome to Mithaas Services official YouTube channel. In the series that we love calling Lessons on Marketing, today we are going to talk about the most relevant form of marketing today, social media marketing. In this episode, we are going to cover what is social media, how is it different from the older times of marketing, and what should be your marketing strategy in terms of social media and content. With a 24,000 people family in Instagram and a growing family on YouTube, we will try to share all the practical learnings that we have had from social media. So, let's welcome Mr. Manoj Sharma, our marketing guru, and start our discussion on social media marketing. Welcome. And this episode is something that's super relevant. That's something everybody is talking about today, social media marketing. So to begin with, I would like to ask you, what exactly do you think is the role of social media in marketing today?
marketing has evolved over a period of time. Earlier, it was a very different mode of marketing, wherein there were no television, nothing, only newspapers, radios, and ads, billboard signs were available. And there was not even facility of computer also at that time. And even at that time, marketing was done and the products were sold, and they were sold to good tune. And today, what is the difference is, along with all these parameters, television has been added, and mobile, computer, emails, then your Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, and Twitter, all these social channels, they make your marketing task easier, but it is easier said than actually done.
Actually, that's true. I think social media has increased the kind of exposure that a brand can get today. Of course, a marketing strategy should always be a combination of traditional and digital marketing. But social media has made marketing much more accessible. Earlier, to reach out to 1 lakh people, the kind of efforts you were doing were very different as compared to today. Reels marketing, content marketing, the kind of emotional connect that you can build with your audience is absolutely incredible with social media. I think when we speak of social media, it can be easily divided into three parts. The first part is, what kind of emotion are you trying to connect with the reader? The second part is community building, getting together people of the same interest. And the third part is entertainment. But often we wonder, how can social media help us in marketing? So, what do you think? How can social media help a brand grow in terms of marketing? And also, because you come from a segment where marketing was very different earlier, how have you seen a shift from traditional marketing till the marketing that is happening today?
Okay, earlier it was outbound marketing type of practices. Now, let's understand this. What is outbound? Outbound is basically you are marketing your product with the help of various ads, billboards, and TV commercials and all those things. They are outbound practices. And in other tools, we used to use the promotional materials in the form of brochures, literatures to promote our product to the customers. Now, social media which comes into the category of inbound marketing. It comprises, as earlier we have already discussed, Instagram, Facebook, Google Ads, then Twitter. So what happens is, what is the difference? The major difference which is there is that in case of nowadays, with the help of inbound, that is social media, you can target your specific customers or prospects for the purchase of your products or services. Earlier, if you just compare, then what is the scenario? It was like this, that you are giving ads on a TV. It was watched by millions of viewers. But what are the chances of purchase of that particular product or services cannot be measured. In case of inbound or social media marketing, you can have various matrices with the help of which you can actually measure the percentage success towards the conversion, towards the purchase of the product. Then the cost has been phenomenal in case of outbound, because it was a huge coverage. TV ads, as you people are aware, that it is very costly. And mind you, the ad of 15 seconds or 20 seconds, which is watched by us, it is coming amongst the various other types of advertisements. So it is very difficult to get it recollected at the time of your need or to solve any problem associated with your existing product. Because what are these parameters which we are discussing? They come into picture when there is either need of the product, or whatever product are being used by you, they have certain problems associated with it. And if suppose someone comes in the market with the solution, then there is your definite guarantee of the selling of the product, because that problem will be taken care of. Now what is the thing is that once you sort all those parameters, how to market your product. Now, in case of inbound marketing, what is the scenario like? You are targeting a very niche category of customers, wherein suppose, say, for example, your product is, say, perfume, and it is meant for only youth. So today, every youth is there on the social media channels. You promote it in that manner in which it is being observed, and by highlighting the unique feature of that particular perfume, there are chances that once while going through the blogs or Insta page or Facebook page, the ad flashes in, there are chances of selling of your that particular perfume. Now, whereas in case of outbound, what is happening? Everything is being covered in a very vast manner, but nothing is guaranteed.
That's actually quite true. Earlier, the content choices were quite collective. Let's say four people of the house were watching TV together. They had similar choices in terms of selection of a product, which came via that television ad. But today, every person has a separate content choice and a separate algorithm. Definitely, like we were discussing, if a perfume for a youth is targeted to the youth, there are chances a Gen Z or a millennial might purchase it. Earlier, one product was to be approved by four or five people of the family together. Today, as and when content becomes very personal, the choices and the purchasing choices also become personal. Imagine this, you're watching an Instagram reel, you came across a brilliant hair extension. Would you be thinking twice before purchasing it? Maybe, but then you still have it in your mind. One more retainer ad and you will purchase it. So, definitely, as the society kind of evolves, the marketing evolves as well. Social media is so much of personal targeting to the target audience. And that is what makes it cost effective and much more, impactful in terms of reaching the right audience.
Devanshi, do you remember that in 2019, when we launched our Instagram page, how it went viral?
Yes, I actually remember, and I quite often quote this also, that social media is all about value proposition. The moment you start talking to the audience about what they want, they start listening to you. In fact, the other day, we were seeing that reel together. So I think reels and content on social media have penetrated into the lifestyle of people. So quite often than not, people end up scrolling a lot of hours and hours on reels, and then they feel that, yeah, I've spent so much time. Sometimes they end up purchasing products that they don't even want. So that's, I think, the power of influence that social media creates. But when we talk about social media in general, why do you think is a consumer purchasing something that they don't want from social media? Like, what do you think is the reason behind it?
No, actually, there are so many parameters acting simultaneously. One is that social media, in this website also comes into picture, because all these social media channels, you want your customer to go to your website.
Yeah.
So there are ways. I mean, if there is a blog, then there is a link of website also mentioned at the bottom. If they like the blog, they go towards your website. Now, one thing is there that it should be continuously maintained and updated. Like, you can have stories and experiences of the various prospects, those who have utilized your product,
Yeah.
and how they have liked it. It can be narrated over there in the form of testimonials. It should be continuous and maintained from time to time.
Yeah.
So that whenever a customer visits your website, he or she gets an opportunity to go through the matter,
Yeah.
which is newer every time.
True.
So say in 2 months' time you're updating it, or say 3 months' time, whatever it is, but that should be the cycle of maintenance.
I agree. In fact, when we talk about websites and updation, a lot of times the older form of content no longer works anymore. Like, for example, earlier maybe a push marketing was something people were really going ahead with. But today, storytelling works better. The subtle art of marketing works much better as compared to pushing someone to buy, buy, buy. Like, I've been seeing a lot of ads where people say, I'm going to make you a millionaire in a day. That's absolutely false marketing, because it's not going to happen that easily.
Because that creates awareness and the curiosity
Yes.
in the person who is reading that particular story or hearing it.
Right.
Now, hearing in the form of videos, of course.
Correct.
So basically, what is happening is that stories will gives rise to the various questions. What next?
Yeah.
What next?
Yeah.
So that is what we want.
Correct.
What next? What next? What next? Then to our product.
Yes.
There it is being sold.
Correct.
Now, it can be done in this way also in case of social media. Suppose in case of your blog,
yes,
you give a link for the webinar,
yes,
which is being scheduled after a certain duration of time.
Yes, yes.
So if the reader goes through that and he is interested, definitely he would like to join the webinar.
Yeah.
Now, when he joins webinar, there he gives you the name and email ID.
Correct.
So that database has come to you.
Correct. Correct.
You can monitor whether the particular customer has been to that particular webinar or not.
Or not. Right.
Right. So you have got the email. Suppose your product is, say, where the discount matters a lot. Now, in that case, after a certain duration of time of webinar, you just send in a mail with a discount coupon.
And that becomes another marketing funnel. So, having said that, I think we come to the exact point we were discussing earlier also, that marketing is not really defined as categories, right? It could be that you get people from social media, but small things like these, which are from traditional marketing ideas, if you just add them, you can have a better relationship with the client. Marketing, therefore, could be a combination of traditional and social media even today. Like you could use a reel to get people to your webinar, but from there on, the pointers that you are mentioning, they could easily be implemented. So the tools could be digital, but the thought process could be traditional as well.
Marketing remains the same.
Yeah.
Only the means are being changed.
Right. Right.
The concept remains the same. You have your product, you want to sell it. How to sell it, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your niche product, target the prospects accordingly to the social media, through the social media channels.
Right.
And if you want vast coverage, go for the outbound marketing.
Correct.
So it's and there are so many factors like cost, right? Then if in case of website maintenance and updation, it also requires cost. So whatever is matching to your budget, you go accordingly.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's quite interesting. So today's episode revolved around a lot on social media and marketing at zero cost that we had discussed in the previous episode as well. A very quick summary of this episode so you can note down the pointers as next steps. The first thing, identify the target audience that you're trying to reach out to. The second thing, when you are talking to a target audience, talk to them like they are listening to you and how you would talk to them one-on-one. The third thing, when you're going on social media, try building a certain funnel that Sir was just discussing with us. Use the traditional as well as digital ways to build a strong hold on social media. Along with that, when you start creating the social media strategy, remember three things. One, what is the value that you are adding? Two, what is the engagement that you are giving? And three, how would you make a community out of this whole complete space? These are some important pointers that you can keep in mind to start your social media presence. In the next episode, we'll try and bring another interesting perspective of marketing. Till then, you work on your social media strategy creation.
It was fun discussing about social media and other forms of marketing. If you have liked our video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel.